everybody. Good morning, gamers. Today is Good Morning Gamer for May 8th, 2020. We all just witnessed the Microsoft Inside Xbox partner showcase. I wanted to talk about that and a few other things. So, here's what in the last, 5 or 6 years, I've really set my expectations low for E3 press conferences and things like that. There really haven't been any super huge megatons in a long time. I say the biggest megaton in the history of time was when Final Fantasy 13 was announced for the Xbox 360. Since then, there really haven't been that many big megatons. I mean, there's been a couple. Backwards compatibility on Xbox, Shenmue 3 getting announced, things like that. But shows aren't like what they used to be. There's industry insiders spreading false information, trying to get some clout on Twitter. Excuse me. Allergies. It's different than it used to be. You know, it's not the same that we used to have many moons ago. It's changed, and especially with social media. So Microsoft hypes us up about this Insider Xbox thing, and people just take the money and run. They take the baton and they just go. And you know, people are like, you know, they get excited about it. Of course, it's something to get excited about. But then when they see the games that are showcased, they're disappointed. I mean, why are you disappointed? So, and it's always the same people. You know, I hate to point the finger at one crowd, but it's typically the fanboys and the ponies that are the ones doing all the complaining. You know, so first, Xbox doesn't have enough games. So they get all these studios. I'm still going with PlayStation because Xbox has no games. Okay, I get that. I understand that. If you're a fan of one console, you should not be a fan. I mean, Sony has some of the dopest first-party games in the industry. You know, they make good first-party games, good quality. Although I think a lot of them follow that same the same genre. But you know. There are PlayStation gamers, there are Xbox gamers, there's PC gamers, there's Switch gamers. People know what they like. And it's always the people who don't have a particular console that are doing the most complaining, that are doing the most fanboying, the most bitching. Gamers as a whole are entitled. They're entitled motherfuckers. Like, if you took these millions of gamers that complained about all this shit in gaming and they actually complained about something that mattered, like politics, world hunger, you know, things that really affect people's lives, maybe they would get something done, you know. But we're complaining about I shouldn't say they're complaining about bullshit. So no games. So Microsoft says we got all these game studios, and they didn't even show first party stuff. This is just their partner stuff. Now, partner means many things. I think we all, even myself, assumed partner was third party because we knew Assassin's Creed was going to be shown. Assassin's Creed's a third party game. But partner actually means second party. So there's a lot of second party stuff that they showed the other day. And I made a joke on Twitter that, and it's not really a joke, I'm more of a troll because I really don't know. I'm an industry outsider, you know, but I throw things out there. You know, why not throw something against the wall to see if it sticks so I can talk shit? So I said they'll show at least one exclusive game, and they would tease one Xbox first party game. They didn't really tease any Xbox first party games. I mean, Aaron Greenberg had a Halo helmet, I think. That was about it. But come to find out, the majority of those games they showed were fucking exclusive Xbox console exclusives. And they stopped saying console exclusive before they showed the game. Because, you know, people got sick and tired of that shit anyway. And I think that's why they don't do that anymore. But nobody, you know, at the end, I forget who posted it on Twitter, but somebody posted, he looked into the details of all those games that were shown. And they're all Xbox console exclusives. It's like, oh, okay. Because a lot of people that watched the show wanted to see the third-party games to see what they were going to get on PlayStation 5. So obviously, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Madden 21 were games that are going to be on PlayStation 5 also. But all the other stuff, the partner stuff, your third party and partner, I think Microsoft is using the term partner as we money had it or paid these people to develop these games for our console and for them to be console exclusive to Xbox, if not timed console exclusive, which makes sense. So a lot of that stuff was exclusive to Xbox, which was pretty interesting. Also found out the other day that Beyond Memory, is that what the fuck it's called? I got the game, I played it, I already forgot the name of it. It's Bad Memory. Where is it? There it is. Bright Memory. Bright Memory was released as a where is the game? Yeah, it was released on Steam back in March. It was March 25th, 2020 of this year that Bright Memory was released on Steam for early access, and it was only $10. So I decided to download it and play it, because that's one of the games that I saw during the show that I really liked. Everybody thought it was a new Crysis game. Everybody, including myself, thought that was a new Crysis game. It's pretty slick. It needs a lot of optimization. I'm not going to downplay anything about the game because it is early access. Early access means while the developer's developing the game, you get to play it for $10. And when the game is finished, you have that game for $10 because you paid for that early access. You're supporting that developer and you're helping the developer by paying $10 for that game so that when there's a 1.0 launch of that game, we're not paying $60 for it. It's almost like kickstarting without kickstarting, crowdfunding without crowdfunding. Pay for the early access, go through all the headaches and all the optimization issues. And then when the game's finished, you're like, whoa, this masterpiece is only... And now they're backed by Microsoft. And I think the company that put it out is actually I shouldn't say company. The dude that put it out is one guy, and I think he's Chinese. I think it's a Chinese developed game. The company is... I'm all over the place. I'm sorry. FYQD Studio and Playism. And I think Playism jumped in after the fact. But he's released a few games. He's got one called Sound Art. This guy's like, he's Chinese, as far as I know. Could be Japanese. I need to learn more about this company. But, I'm looking at Playism. No wonder. I need to look at FQ. There we go. So, I guess they're all in one now. I'd have to look at it, but supposedly this is a one-man studio that created this game. One dude. And it's pretty damn dope. Pretty damn dope for what he did. It does need a lot of optimization, but it's going to have ray tracing and all that shit. It looks pretty good. So it was nice to be able to see something interesting on the Xbox show and then, oh shit, go and download it and check it out, And yeah, it's pretty damn dope. There's some original ideas in the game. I thought it was pretty cool. But anyway, let me get back to my original. So people complain about everything. This is why gamers can't have nice things. Microsoft doesn't have enough games, so they get more studios. They never show enough games. They showed us just the partner stuff. Oh, that wasn't all that great, and they shouldn't have hyped it up. Why shouldn't a company... You tell me this. Leave it in the comment section if you want. You tell me, why shouldn't a company hype up their games when they're trying to sell a console, they're trying to sell games? I don't care if it's some AAA $100 million budgeted game or some AA indie fucking $7 million game. A company is allowed to hype their product. A company is not to be critical of their own product. The company's not going to say, Coke's not going to say, well, yeah, Pepsi's logo is better than ours. No. They're going to hype up their own stuff because they have a product to sell. So don't get angry because Microsoft hyped up this event and it didn't live up to your expectations. Set your expectations low and you just might be blown away by something. Okay? This was an inside Xbox show. It wasn't a big stage E3 event or a super huge digital event like they're going to have in July. It was Inside Xbox, and everybody knows Inside Xbox is just, it was just a weekly show. Was it weekly or monthly show where they show some stuff? And all they gave us games, not a lot of talk. So that was pretty cool. And they had some interesting titles there. Even though all of them didn't have gameplay, some of them did have gameplay. Dirt 5 had gameplay. Beyond Memory had gameplay. You know? So, yeah, not everyone had gameplay, but they also said that they were going to show gameplay, trailers, and sneak peeks. And that's exactly what they did. But everybody's all pissed off. Yeah, do I wish they showed more gameplay? Fuck yeah, because there was a lot of games I didn't know what the fuck was going on. You know, one of them looked like it was designed by H.R. Giger. I'm like, what the hell is this? I have no idea what's going on. A lot of psychological thrillers. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what the gameplay is like. You know, I would have liked them to show some gameplay, but whatever. It didn't cost anything. We sat here, we watched a cool event, we enjoyed it. And I'm sure when Sony shows their stuff, we'll enjoy that too. You know? So, this isn't the big bang, hoopla, fanfare show. Microsoft's going to do that in July. It'll be after Sony's. I'm saying this right now that I said this on Twitter too. I really think that, so when Sony said they set it out in the open, they're waiting for Microsoft before they decide on the price of the PlayStation 5. Microsoft, it seems like Microsoft purposely put their event in July, knowing Sony's event was going to be in June, so that they can see Sony's price first and then decide what the price on the Xbox Series X would be. I knew they were going to do this. I said it was stupid for Sony to even say that. Sony shouldn't have said shit. They shouldn't have said anything, because I honestly think, because why doesn't Microsoft have an event in June? Why are they pushing it until July? So they got they say they're doing something every month. They got Inside Xbox. June, they got the Halo Infinite event, which is just a game. And then July, they're going to show all their first-party games, and they're going to show the Xbox Series X as a whole and probably give us a price. But notice how Microsoft's event is in July after Sony's. I'm willing to bet, I'd bet money that when Microsoft heard that Sony was waiting for them to decide on price, and that Sony's event, because you know Microsoft knew Sony's event was going to be in June before anybody else. They put their event in July. I'm willing to bet, I'll bet money. You can come back to this video and leave a comment later and tell me I don't know shit, but I'm willing to bet money. Sony's going to announce their price in June, and Microsoft is going to undercut them in July by at least $50. At least $50. You come back to this video in July. You come back in June when Sony announced their price. You come back in July when Microsoft announces a cheaper price. I guarantee it. Microsoft can afford to lose $50 more on that console just to get a little bit of an edge with Sony. They need to do that. That's what Sony did to them last gen. Price is very important. You know, these hardcore gamers that are willing to pay $500, $600 for a console, that's a very small number. That's going to be those first million consoles. But the mass public, when they go out and they look at PS5 and they look at Xbox Series X and they look at all the games that are coming out for each, and they're looking at Madden and they're looking at GTA 6 and all those third-party shits that are on both consoles, they're going to go with the cheaper console. Okay? You know, that's how this industry works. It's how it's worked for years. Sony has always been able to win when it comes to price. That's how they killed this. Sega killed themselves. That's how Sony almost killed themselves with the PlayStation 3. You know, but they went and dropped the price enough where they can become more competitive, because that, not only that year a head start that Microsoft had, but also the price point really put all the cards on Microsoft's table. They can't make that mistake again. But anyway, don't be pissed off because you got to see games. That's not a reason to be pissed. You're pissed off because you got to see games that you've never even seen before, games that you didn't know existed. You know about new games that are coming out next gen, new next gen games from third parties and from partners. That's nothing to be upset about. But of course, that everybody's got to be upset about something, you know. If you're a Microsoft hater, you're never gonna like anything they do. Okay, you're never gonna like anything they do. So just shut up. You know. Same goes for the bots. If you hate Sony, you're never gonna like anything they do. Nobody wants to hear you guys complain. We want to see the games. We want to buy them. We want to play them and move on. You know. So that's all I gotta say about the event. I thought it was cool. I saw a couple cool things. I wasn't really impressed with the event, but hyped or not, I wasn't gonna be really impressed with the event. But the two things I did see that I thought were badass were Beyond Memory, and it was nice to see Dirt 5. And so, it was also cool to see that the new Yakuza game is going to be available, which is great because all last gen, all those Yakuza games came out console exclusive, timed exclusive for Sony and PC, and now Xbox is going to get them too. So that's good if you're a Xbox weeb looking to play some Yakuza games. But other than that, it was just an okay event, and it was cool. You know, I ain't gonna complain about it. I would have rather had that event than not had nothing yesterday. So now we wait till next month for Halo Infinite and Sony's event, and then July for Microsoft's big event. And then you got all the third-party events coming up too. All the digital events, the summer of gaming, blah 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 blah. Just whatever. I don't need all that shit. Just give me a YouTube link and just post the shit. You know, I don't need the fanfare. You know, just say, hey, Torrance, next week, go to this channel, check out our new games. That's it. I don't want to hear people talking. I don't want somebody to say, I'd like to welcome Michael Wardner from so-and-so to talk about their new game. I don't care about that shit. You know, props to all the developers, props to what you're doing. But if I'm watching a game event, I just want to see the games. I don't want to hear about how many copies or how many consoles you sold. I don't want to hear about Xbox Live numbers. I want to hear console pricing, and I want to see gameplay. I don't want to see any fucking trailers, any narrative trailers. I want to see a dude running around with an HUD, either punching, shooting, slicing, or shitting on things, okay? Or driving in a car. I don't want to see fucking trailers of CG scenes that aren't gameplay. That's old. It's tired. Let us move on. Okay? So there's that's my impressions of Microsoft's Inside Xbox, among other things. Please check out my gameplay of Beyond Memory, which I posted last night. If you saw it when it premiered, it was in shitty SD 240p resolution. It is now in 2K resolution, in glorious 2K. Shiny and sharp, pretty cool demo. Check it out if you're interested to see what the game is really like. It's pretty much just like what you saw. I mean, you saw gameplay on Inside Xbox the other day, but they had a scene where you drive a car and stuff. I'm really interested to see how that plays out. So check that out, and I'll see you on the next Good Morning Gamer. Peace out.